So hi again, everyone. I already introduced myself earlier, but I guess I'll do it again. Normand Michaud from Canada. I'm the team leader of the SUNREF program, which I'm going to explain a bit more to you. I have a company in Canada, so my company is called Econover. We're a consultancy firm who work internationally with international financial institutions. So we work in developing countries. We keep talking about sustainability, green finance, green projects. So this is what my company focuses on, which is why I don't want to yell too much, but yeah, this is why we were selected to be this team leader of SUNREF. So SUNREF is focusing on green financing, and for companies like yours and the companies that you are consulting, this I guess might be something interesting. Everyone, I think, when you want to do such a project, normally you need some kind of investment. And SUNREF is a loan product that is available here in your country. So it's financing available here locally. This one. So exactly what is SUNREF? For those who don't know, SUNREF is it's the green label from the French Development Agency. So the French Development Agency have been investing a lot in developing countries, of course, try to help developing countries develop more. And the SUNREF is what they have as a green label. So when they want to do something on green finance, green project, promotion, and so on, it goes to the SUNREF program. And the SUNREF program this is not the first one, and this is not the last one. They've done, I think, around 30 countries that have had SUNREF program up to now. When we launched this SUNREF program last year around July, I think since then, SUNREF Tunisia also was launched, and there's the SUNREF Nigeria right now running. So there's many. They've done around $2.6 billion of investment. And how it works exactly is that the SUNREF program normally works with three components. So the first thing they do is with SUNREF, what we do is we partner with local banks. So the product that we have is a loan that local banks are providing in the market. So it's still a bank loan. But they have a special credit line from SUNREF, which make it like a little bit more interesting in terms of loan conditions, which we'll discuss. The other aspect that we have is we have grant investment, which is the EU. So the European Union is also, when we do a SUNREF like this, the European Union is also providing grant money. And I'll explain to you how it applies on a loan. So it has, once you get a loan, you can have, so there's some grant money linked to it. And the last thing is the technical assistance, which, as I mentioned, is what I'm doing here. And I say I, but I mean, it's my team. So the company, my company, we have also a local partner who's also a company with us. And we provide technical assistance for the project's borrowers and also for the banks, because there's also a big need to train the banks a little bit more. So it's, as I mentioned, so it's AFD, EU. AFD is the French Development Agency, EU, the European Union. And they have partnered here with two banks, Carl Bank, which is already on board. They have been implementing project with us for nearly a year now. And now we have GCB, who's also coming on board. So GCB is signing the final paper, hopefully this month. So they will be also available to use the SUNREF program for loans. So as a company, if you want to do green finance projects, so those two banks will have like a loan that is available for your companies, which, as I'll show you, which is a little bit more interesting than a normal loan. No, you still have to go to the bank process, but at least the conditions are more interesting and there is some grant. And the Energy Commission in this case, the SUNREF works with local banks. It can be private banks or public banks depending on the country. But normally, SUNREF also works with a project implementation unit. In many countries, in either case, it might be like an efficiency agency or renewable energy agency. But in this case here, it's the Energy Commission, which is why we have a colleague, advisor with us, who is from the Energy Commission, and his job is to focus on working on the SUNREF program for the Energy Commission. So those of you that know anything that we're doing in terms of green finance, those kind of projects, most of them with the government, it goes to the Energy Commission, like renewable energy, they have the desk for that, energy efficiency, environmental. And keep in mind that what we do, when I said we have technical assistance that we provide it to the banks and to borrowers and companies, is something that is free. It is not like, there's not an additional fee, let's say, on your loan to pay for it. It's something that the EU is already paying for it. So whatever we do doesn't come at any cost. Let's go quickly on that, but the SUNREF, as I said, it's the green label that the AFD has, and it's mainly because they want to focus on reducing energy intensity in the country. They want to be able also to secure energy supply for the different sectors. They want to leverage the investment, of course, so they're providing around 30 million USD. And they know that if they invest 30 million USD in the market with loans, there's going to be some equity also portion from companies, so they expect to leverage their investment. And what they want to do also is to provide something that is replicable and sustainable. So the SUNREF program is there for, I would say, another 2 years. At that point, normally loans will all be done, the money will have been spent, and the SUNREF program will be done. There's also the possibility of a phase 2 if things goes well and the market shows that it's interesting to have more financing. Normally, AFD would do a phase 2 in which they will include more money and the banks can go for another 2-3 years. But the fact is, even if it stops, we want the market to be sustainable. I guess a little bit more sustainable on this, meaning that we want the banks to have a better understanding of what is green finance, what is green project, why is there plus value to those projects, and why should they have some kind of core expertise and understanding on those projects and be more open about it. No, it's not like we're trying to explain to them that it's not, if you want to do like energy efficiency or renewable energy, it's easier for them to understand, but energy efficiency, environmental energy, environmental project, for a bank, they see it as, well, what are you buying in terms of equipment, and that's it. What's your company, you're making profit, you want to buy this equipment, you're going to repay sorry. When we talk about energy efficiency, for example, and even recycling, environmental project, they need to also understand the benefit of those projects for your company in terms of reducing your operation costs, for example, or reducing your maintenance costs because your equipment will last longer. All of those aspects for a bank, if they don't understand them, they don't look into it, and the project might be okay, or like they might not think it's that interesting. But if they understand that there's going to be extra benefit in terms of how much money you're going to save for the future, how much your operation cost is going to reduce, it just shows them like how much more profit you will make because of a project like this, and why they should consider it, because for them it's really important to know with your return of investment, how you're going to repay for this. So if you have extra benefit like that they don't understand, they don't take it into consideration, and it's bad for your project review. If they understand it, they're more willing to loan money on projects that they know will make your company a more competitive company, a better company, a more profitable company. So we are the partners that I just mentioned, the banks, as I said, Calvin and GCB, and my company for the technical assistance, so Econoler, with the local company is called Kite. So what are we doing quickly? I mentioned we do support to banks mostly. I mean, the banks, for any project that they want to do under SUNREF, they have to ask us like an approval, basically. We don't approve the company. The bank is their job to approve a company and work with you on your company for bank approval. But the project has to be approved by us. So any kind of the technical aspect of the project, what is it exactly, what are you installing, what are the equipments, how are you expecting the benefit out of it? That's something that we need to review and approve for the bank. So if they don't have an approval for us, they cannot use it. We also do a lot of capacity building, as I said, so we really want them to have core teams like at Callbank and at GCB. And I can tell you that at Callbank we did trainings for 250 people, one of the experts like branch managers and officers and so on, to explain to them this program and the benefit of this kind of projects. And we did like a 3 days technical training for like 25 of their experts, which became like the green team, finance team, let's say. So they have like a core, a better understanding, and then they have like a core team that knows this. So any request for a loan on projects that is green finance, green project, normally they will refer to this team because they know this better now. And we'll do the same with GCB. We also do some project development support and capacity buildings with the borrowers. So if a company, for example, I say that we have to approve your project, but we're not just reviewing your project and telling you like it's approved or no, it's not approved, thank you. Of course, we'll work with you. We'll have a look, even if it's not really, we can have a look with you, we can discuss with you what you want to do, what's your approach, what equipment are you getting, is it really the right equipment for you, is there some better equipment that you can find, because we want to make sure that the project is going to be beneficial for your company, because if it's not beneficial for your company, it's not going to be good for your loan, of course, because you need to reimburse it. So we need to make sure your project is going to last for 10 years, 20 years. So we only approve like good equipment, like high efficient equipment, high quality equipment. So that's something that we can work with you on. If you have a project, normally I don't expect your companies to do those projects themselves. They will ask like an EPC, like a contractor, right, to do it. Like, can you please design a project like this that I want to do? And your company, the company that you're managing or that you're consulting will not know. You get the proposal, there's a quotation with it, but is it good or not? They don't know. So they can expect, they can ask for some kind of guarantee and try to make sure that it's good, but if you want to have that security, reach to us. We will review the proposal from that contractor. We'll tell them like if it's good or not. If it's not good, we'll talk with the contractor directly. We'll tell them like, no, this equipment is not acceptable. You need to buy something like change this equipment for this equipment because it's more efficient, or because it's of higher quality and the warranty on it is 5 years and not just one. So we can work with borrowers a lot on things like that and on ideas that we have about projects. We do marketing promotion, of course, to promote it everywhere, and additional technical support. Basically, who can benefit from it is anyone from Ghana can benefit from it. If it's a company, the company has to be registered in Ghana. That's what we ask for. It's not like an international company in Ghana cannot use it. It would have to be registered in Ghana, so not just anyone. In terms of company size, again, small, medium, enterprise, large, we don't really mind. It's open for us, for anyone. And even also the individuals, like if you by yourself want to do something for your house, for example, you want to install solar panel and you're looking for a loan for that, it is eligible for us also. So we do all of that. And in some instances here, you'll find that we can also finance your contractor. Because in some instance, for example, if you want to have solar panels on the roof of your industries, your company, often some of the local contractor that do that, they will tell you, instead of selling it to you on day one, they will do a contract with you. They call it a lease contract. So they'll do a lease contract for you for the next 10 years, 15 years, sorry. And they'll ask you for monthly payment on their system that they install, and then once your contract is done, the ownership is transferred to you, right? So in cases like that, the company is not the one asking for a loan because they don't need it, they're paying monthly, but the contractor couldn't need it, so they can also refer to us and get a loan. So we talk about green finance. I think Dr. earlier was pretty, he explained it really well. So green finance is basically it's financing sustainable project, and often we'll say like environmental sustainable projects. So anything that is environmental friendly will be considered green financing. For SUNREF, how we define it, we have like three main, topics that we describe to everyone. So for a company, anything that is renewable energy is acceptable automatically. Of course, here we'll see a lot of solar power, which is the project that we finance as of now. In some instances, we might see wind power. I think we got one request on wind power. For industries, biogas, biomass. So if you want to use the production residue that you're having for the agricultural sector, for example, you want to install a biomass generator to use that to make some heat or some electricity. That's renewable energy. It's eligible for us. Then, in terms of project energy efficiency, so anything that you do that will reduce your electricity, your energy consumption. And when we say energy, it's electricity, fuel, gas, what else? Even water. Water is an energy. So if you have something to do, again, in the agricultural sector, for example, with more efficient pumping, with a better irrigation system, that's going to save water, your water consumption, that we would see it as energy efficiency. And lastly, it's like the greenhouse gas. So if you do a project that will reduce greenhouse gas emission, it's also efficiency for us. What we've seen a lot here, of course, we've reached out to companies about energy efficient pumping station and pumping system for the agricultural sector. But we also, the biggest, the most projects we've received after solar have been like electric vehicle. Electric vehicles in this case is also energy efficiency.